Game number 4, ladies and gentlemen, Zerg versus Protoss. Starting all the way to the top left, we have the second player for MouseSports. It is Starbuck. They did not send out Vortex yet, and they didn't want to go into PvP with HazOps. Instead, it is Starbuck who makes an appearance here on Habitation Station. All the way to the top right, we have San. San, the Protoss player, the third player actually to be sent out by the FlashWolves. And well, he took down Hero Marine, made sure that his team had the first point on the board, but let's see if he can take down Starbuck. Starbuck is actually one of the best players that we have this season for MouseSports. He played really well so far, and the one thing about him is that he has crazy builds sometimes. Like, he's not afraid to proxy hatch an opponent. He's going for Nidus networks if it serves his purpose, and he's really one of those players that is all the time just trying out something new and trying to surprise an opponent. So he has very unorthodox strategies at times, can also play the normal macro game here, but San might not know about him all that much. I don't think that it's going to matter for San, because he's just going to play his normal game, and I think it's pretty ballsy for MouseSports to send Starbuck in. He must do really well against Protoss these days. I could have imagined him to be sent out against Lenok, but against San it's always a bit tricky to send out a Zerg player, just because San is so good in this matchup. If you remember the Aces tournament where he played last year, of course since then the meta just evolved a bit and we have new strategies, but it's a bit of an indication of how well San likes this matchup. Back then we had San winning against every single Zerg player in the tournament, ending up in the finals against Tasia, who finally took him down. But yeah, for now we have San being scouted by Starbuck in the main base, the Overlord, finding out that there's a gateway opening, not a forge opening or anything else by his opponent. So all the way to the bottom, or at least at the ramp, we have the Cybernetics core now started. And to the top left, we see for Starbuck not only that hatch first build, but also the spawning pool now started. So hatch first into spawning pool for Starbuck, and let's see how exactly he's going to play this. We have the probe moving in for now and getting the scouting information. Can't do much about that just yet. We have the hatchery nearly finished, and that will of course then also grant the vision range. The Overlord is making its way in and at least sees the probe for now. The first drone is already moving down there. Probably going to go for another quick scout just in case, but yeah, doesn't really have to do that. The hatch is already there, but you can see that we already have the mining started down to the bottom left. Overlord spots the nexus to the right side. This is the only base that we have with gold mineral patches, of course. And once again, if you tuned in a bit later, or if you didn't watch the other VODs on YouTube just yet, this is the most important part for both teams, the most important match in this season. Who wins it today is going to go to the playoffs. These are the last two teams that have to play games in the Acer Team Story Cup regular season, and both of them still have a shot at the playoffs. Whoever wins it here, no matter the score, is going to go to the playoffs, and the loser will have to try for that in the next season. So in the main base, once again, we have now the upgrade started here into the Warp Gate research, with another mothership core making its way over to the left side of the map. We also see Starbuck just positioning his Overlords, a probe in the middle of the map for the forward pylon. We have Zerglings rushing towards the right side of the map, not only scouting those two units, but then of course also trying to get into the main base to find out what exactly is happening for San. We'll see the double gateway there. We have another gateway being built in the main base, and then that puts us suddenly up against four gateways actually, against the Zerg player. So we will see some aggression. Could turn around and take down the probe, by the way. No, not quite, but at least it gets him. Yeah, but with 4 gateways, we definitely have the potential for aggression there. We have a quadruple queen already at the front. Do we have another one in the main? No, not just yet. He could build another one, but we see also the Roach Warren about to be completed. So this is definitely going to be one of those games where San is trying to be aggressive, and Starbuck, he knows that already. Did he scout the main base with those additional? Yes, he scouted the additional gateway. He knows that it's 4 of them. That's why we see the double spine crawler here. He's not taking any chances. He's not taking any chances whatsoever. One of the creep tumors attacked. Did he actually take it down, or was it cancelled? I think he actually cancelled that. Well, 1 kill. We're gonna find out later, I guess. No, we're not, but still, doesn't really matter. A cancel or not, we have still an active creep tumor in position. And for now, we see Stalkers just on the low ground. No transition for San just yet, but building harvesters. We have triple spine crawler on the high ground, and I can already tell you one thing: if San is trying to move in against this position, he is gonna pay, because that's 3-4 spine crawlers, that's roaches and queens. I would not be surprised if Starbuck actually cancels a few of those spine crawlers, because that's what, especially since we now see a third base being built. So spine crawler, is there going to be a cancel? Apparently not. Should cancel this one. Losing now resources against this is going to be an issue. Oh ho! Yeah, Mothership Core, that recall is a bit too late, and the Queens are just looking at that kill and go, booyah! That's exactly what they were looking at. Another Spine Coral, he really lets it finish. No, he cancelled it, okay. I would have been surprised if he would complete 4 Spine Corals when he sees a third base being built by his opponent. And he has to counter that third now. Either attack it or build a third on his own, going straight into the lair tech and streaming the Roaches cross map, I guess. But well, Roaches again without speed upgrade against the Stalkers, you can micro those bad boys and then make sure that the Zerg player is losing a lot more than you. But he needs to do something about that base if he doesn't take a third on his own. And so far he didn't send out a probe just yet. We have him, or a drone just yet. We have the hatch now nearly completed. Void Rays are being built in the top right at the Stargate that San now produced. The Forge is also on the way. And I'm very, very surprised that we don't see any reaction for Starbuck. What is he doing here? Is he going to go for some kind of Nidus Network play? He could put that in here, but the problem for him is going to be that Void Ray if he really pulls it off. I have no doubt that he will be able to get the Nidus in, at least if we don't see another structure being placed down by San over here somewhere. But he's building the third now. A little bit later than I thought he would, and he's also not getting a gold, whereas San has a gold expansion, so the income for the Protoss player will be much better than the income that San has. The +1/+1 has now been started for the Zerg player and the MouseSports player here with the double upgrades in the double evolution chamber, whereas the Forge will most likely be chrono boosted in just a bit by the Protoss player to make sure that his own upgrades will be there in time. We also see now the Twilight Council that will give San the access to the +2 attack upgrade. Few Roaches still there at the front, and the Mothership Core is moving back. That's Mothership Core Junior, by the way. Daddy was already killed, so this Mothership Core is an orphan, but is all the fiercer for it. So the Oracle, well, the fake Oracle is moving in. That's something that he sees. And an immediate tech into Hive. Wow, whoa. Cancels the Hive tech. Oh, ho! The mind games, look at that. Starbuck, you cheeky bastard, goes into the Hive tech when he sees the scout by his opponent and then cancels it, goes into the cache hosts instead. Swarm hosts for now, the +1/+1, we have the swarm host upgrade, and this is gonna get good. I'm looking forward to this one. San, he saw that Hive. Did he see the cancel? No, he didn't. So he's more looking at this and is like, oh boy, he's going Hive. He might go Ultraless. He might work under the wrong assumptions here. So very well played by Starbuck so far. But now we have the Phoenix moving in once again. And if he doesn't take that down before it arrives at the natural, that Phoenix is going to see that there was indeed a cancel on the lair. And yes, that's going to be the case. Won't be able to intercept this one. He does it again! He... What a douchebag. This is ingenious. I love it. He starts the Hive again. Does he cancel it? Well, the Phoenix is moving back, and apparently this time he lets the Hive tech go through. No cancel for now. But yeah, well, then it's not really a mind game, Starbuck. Then it's a bit of a... It's not really a fail, but yeah, that would have been beautiful if he would have cancelled it again, but this time he's actually going for the Hive tech instead. Wants to have the swarm hosts here. I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought he would go for the double mind game here just twice and try to fake to his opponent that the Hive tech is not completed just yet, but he just lets it go through. I like it in the sense that he then can access the Vipers, but it would have been just absolutely beautiful if that fake out would have worked. And talking about things that work, we have Roaches now going in that base, and guess what we don't see? Yes, a sentry. There's no sentry, so these guys are going to do a lot of damage, but we also have an attack against the third base, and whoa! The snipe, he goes... Oh! He goes for the transfuse instead, but the save is not really worth it. The Mothership Core recalls back the army. A few units taken out. Harvesters killed 15 at this base, but it is, at the end of the day, a 2-play Zerg player against a 3-base Protoss. The Swarm hosts, of course, we have 8 of them so far, and the third base is being rebuilt, a 4th base as well, and he needs it. He needs the double base, and he needs it fast. +2/+2 also started. We have the Locusts making their way over to the right, and we could see another base. Yes, there it is. San is going for a 4th on his own. The Roaches moving back. One lone Roach is surviving. That's actually not a Roach surviving. That's a Roach that San spared, because that Roach is supposed to tell the story of the slaughter that we just saw, to put the fear into the heart of all the other Roaches that Starbuck is controlling. And, well, for now he's just running away. He's so scared he doesn't even dare to move back. But, oh, he scouts what's going on there, so that Roach not as useless as I thought it would be. Could even take down the probe there. Something that doesn't work. I'm not quite sure what the Roach is doing down there. Apparently trying to hide, but he's going to be the first victim, I guess. So we have the just locusts being sent to the right side of the map. The creeper, by the way, is pretty awesome, isn't it? I mean, look at that minimap. Creep everywhere. We have that 4th base started, and here comes that army once again with a mothership core ready for a recall. And more swarmos are being built. The cash house on the way with 13 in the game. Gonna put that up to 15. And with a hive tech, he can also go into the viper production if he wants to. Doesn't have vipers just yet. 50 creep tumors that we see there, and the observer and a few of the zealot. Those are the throwaway zealots. Those are the zealots that you don't need. They're a little bit like tissues. You just rip them out and you use them, and you throw them away when they're like dirty. So you move them onto the creep and you start to use them to take down a few of the creep tumors. And at some point they're gonna die, and you don't really care about that. So another Void Ray here, 11 kills. Also, this Void Ray is basically also one of those task forces that we see for the Protoss player to take down creep tumors. He's really starting to just make that work somehow. And yeah, kill the creep tumor, force the creep back. Was a good job against that. But we have now, ooh, I like it. The drop play has been started, and we also see a Spire on the way. Could go into a greater Spire with this one. Yeah, that Void Ray is a bit too overeager. Taking down creep tumors that can't fight back is one thing. Fighting against Queen, quite another thing. So come back when you're older, Void Ray. We have the rest of the zealots moving in now. They have already been scouted, and they go straight for that 4th base. And well, that Queen knows what's coming. And yeah, she's not too happy about that, but the roaches are going straight for it now and gonna save that base, at least for now. 4 bases for the Protoss player, and we have now, of course, for our Zerg player, 4 bases as well. The zealots are down, resources lost. Let's have a quick look at that. 4,400 against 2,900 in favor of Starbuck. The Protoss player still making its way over here, and that mothership core just a constant companion for this army, so that the recall can be used if the shit hits the fan. And well, one Stalker apparently not really too eager to move back. Apparently, just, well, maybe had a mortgage that he couldn't play, or like a wife that he wanted to divorce, and she just went for all his money. And well, then he said like, okay, life is not worth living anymore. Let's just stay at the Zanaga Watchtower while those locusts stream in. Whatever the case, that Stalker just had it coming. He went down in flames, and now it's time again for the Void Ray to deal with the Queen. Apparently, he wants to kill the Overseer. Not even that is able. Like, dude, you have one job, and that's taking down creep tumors. Just like realize that you're not good for anything else in this game. So just go back, know your place. Know your place. So the roaches moving straight in once more, at least trying to, but there's a bit too much for them to handle. 173 overall supply against 156. The army supply is in favor of Starbuck, who goes into the 3-3 upgrades now. Where's that army, by the way? That 4th is completely exposed. It's time for a few locusts to do damage. There's a nice transfuse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of stalkers actually eliminated here, but the locusts at some point are just gone. In the main base, we have, apparently with the help of a war prism, a few zealots running in. Yeah, taking down the spore crawler is one thing, engaging against triple spine crawler, a whole different story. But we have the base at least taken out. The stalkers, on the other hand, are dying, and that's all of them. So yes, the base has been eliminated, but the stalkers here, why do they not blink back? That's a mystery that we will probably never solve. They had the chance here to do that, but yeah, all of them down, and that means currently 6,000 resource loss against 7,200. The army of Swarmos is starting to get into a more aggressive position towards the right side of the map with the support of 3 Vipers, at least for now. As you can see in the main base, we still have an Overseer. They could use Contaminate, just shitting a few changelings for now, and that's apparently all that he wants to do there. At least he avoids death by feedback, I guess. But triple Stargate is now being built. Whoa! San is going for Skytos. Triple Stargate, and oh boy, look at that. Quadruple Colossus and a lot of Void Rays. Colossus, Void Ray, a strategy that was already used back in the days of Wings of Liberty. Do you remember Shakura's Plateau? Do you remember the days where nothing else was being played there than Void Ray and Colossus, and the Zerg players were losing 200 supply armies against that within like 0.5 seconds? Those were the good days, and now that composition is being used still, we have another base being built for Sun, and that suddenly puts the Protoss player on 5 bases. He might be down in overall supply, but he definitely has not only a very, very difficult composition to beat on the map, but also the means of just, yeah, getting those boys, the Tempests. 4 being built at a time. Talking about a good unit composition. And Starbuck is just looking at this situation and he's saying like, yep, I'm just gonna sit tight. I'm gonna sit tight, I'm gonna play the Swarm Host game here, and let's see what you can do about that. If you can move in and really take me on, because I'm gonna be ready. What he needs too are, of course, Spore Crawlers. How many do we have? 17. That a boy. 17 Spore Crawlers for him, and that's of course what San doesn't really want to see on this map. San is now starting to move in with his composition to take down the creep tumors once again. And the drop into the main base. There go the Overlords. Let's see what he can kill there. He can at least force a recall. That Overseer is morphing, and well, can he escape? Can he go to safety? Overseer! No. Okay, that was a bit of a waste of money in the end, I guess. But another drop at that base to the left side, the gold expansion, that is doing some damage. 33 harvesters killed. And as it happens, San didn't kill a single drone in this game. Wait, what? Not a drone kill by San? Dude, like, you need to go back to harass school and take that class again, because apparently you failed that. That's pretty interesting. Either Starbuck's defense is absolutely stellar or super amazing, or San was really not too aggressive or couldn't really get into the main base. We saw that, yeah, that one attack over there with the Spore Crawler. One of the Spore Crawlers apparently taking down a Warp Prison. But we had also more moves against the base over here and against the base down there. It's a bit of a surprise to me that he didn't kill a single drone. That's really surprising. Talking about stuff that's being killed, we just saw... What did we actually see there? Something was killed. Might have been the Mothership Core. Let me just double check. And yep, Mothership Core is gone. So another Mothership Core is annihilated. So after Starbuck killed the father, he killed the orphan son, and now we might not see... Well, maybe that family was already taken out completely. Maybe another one is going to join us soon. Whatever the case, we have the Warp Prism now all the way at the bottom. The double Warp Prism, I like it. Double Warp Prism is starting to move in there and trying to harass those bases once again. Spine Crawlers are being built everywhere. Starbuck is definitely just turtling it up. He's turtling it up like a gargantuan sea turtle here. And, well, we have... the Archon is trying to move through, but now with those locusts in, the Archon's just gonna run, and, well, you'll also see a few Hydralists, so these Archons didn't do anything. And guess who's not gonna do anything in this game as well? Yes, it's that Warp Prism. First Warp Prism is out, second one is moving for the base. We now see... Do we have the Greater Spire already? I think we do. No, we don't. We have Double Spire. Double Spire instead for double upgrades. And the Warp in! Here he comes! And one of those spires is most likely gonna bite it. Well, we're in the middle of the map. Once again, creep tumors are being destroyed. How many did he actually kill? It's a shame that we can't see that, because I think he killed lots, and Starbuck is just replacing those every single time. Those Zealots, by the way, they didn't do shit here. Like, they didn't do anything. Did he by now kill a drone? He killed 5. Wow, okay. Killed 5 drones, so he was able to pull that off. Let's take a look at the bases over here. Base over there in the main base, nearly out of mineral patches. This one still has a few. Gold base nearly taken out. Locusts moving in again. Who is winning the resource battle? Surprise, surprise. It's the Swarm Host player. 10,000 against 12,000 lost. Another base all the way to the bottom now for San. Something that the Overlord already saw. Could send some units over, something that he doesn't do. That Stalker there is a man on a mission. He wants to make sure that there is not going to be another base for his opponent, at least not a gold base. San has the better bank, and we see now not only a Mothership Core, we see the... Well, that's actually a Mothership Core with a bit of damage dealt to it earlier, so apparently he wasn't taken out, just didn't appear on our production tab for a second. Instead, we have now the Mothership being built, and he needs to, of course, to be quite careful about that, not that the Yank is eliminating it immediately. What about the army supply here in this game? 126 against 146. What do we have in terms of composition? 19 Swarm Hosts, 21... well, 21 Corruptors, that's a lot of Corruptors, but that's a lot of Tempests. 13 Tempests. And we also have, like, those five Hydralists, just you wait and see. Those 5 Hydralists are going to win in the game. I guess the Hydra is just better to a means to an end, trying to take down the Warp Prisms, and so far they've done an amazing job at that, so you can't really fault them. That Stalker is finally being taken out, so now he can get the gold if he wants to. Another set of units is already down here. Well, not really a set of units, we have one Swarm Host. A single Swarm Host forcing the Protoss player now to move to the bottom. So, yeah, well, ouch. That's overkill. That's overkill. That Swarm Host, yeah, he had no chance. Let's just be honest about that for a second. The rest of the Locust is also going for it. But, well, what exact... Oh, another base being built by Starbuck. I guess we're gonna see a cancel there. That female Karak is already laughing his ass off. It's like, yeah, buddy, that's not gonna work. Look at that Protoss army moving in. And look at that army! That's absolutely disgusting, this composition. Oh my god. Like, really? 14 Tempests? What the hell? That is crazy talk. I mean, he has the sickest army ever and building base after base. But here comes the snipe! The mothership core and another yank, and bam, it's gone. Mothership cores or motherships are just absolutely useless in this matchup if you ask me. If you can save them, they are great, but let's be honest, who can save a mothership against that? We have another Dark Templar moving in. The T's are trying to make something happen, but, well, against this many spores and spines, they have no chance whatsoever. So Starbuck with a bang, Hassan with a bang, Starbuck with decent kills, and I don't think he's gonna rebuild that mothership. He's building it again. What, really? I am always a little bit weirded out by... Like, people were suggesting that the mothership would actually benefit from a patch that makes it so that you can't abduct it. And I'm not quite sure if that's a bad idea. Like, Zerg players all around the planet are just suddenly crying out and like, Khaldor, what the hell are you talking about? But at the same time, it just seems a bit weird that it's always taken out like this. But, well, let's see. Maybe it would be a bit overpowered to make it invulnerable against abducts. Nice kill by the Swarm Host. I guess in the end he killed a bit more than only Creep Tumor, so it was worth its money after all. But it died for it, so yeah. Had like this 1 second of fame where it was like, yes, I killed something else. Yes, 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 I killed something else, but the Creep Tumor. I was really happy, but then he died for it. But well, he died happy. And that's more than we can say for a lot of other units in this game. That Roach, for example, he didn't die happy. So now we have the army moving once more, but the mothership is still missing, so this army isn't smoked yet. But this is... Every single time this army clumps up, I'm just thinking about a chain fungal. I want to see the chain fungal against that. That would be absolutely... that would be incredible. Think about like 30 infestors bring their way in, no detection for the Protoss player, and then them popping up one after another, chain fungling this. If you're a Protoss player and that happens to you, you're gonna shoot yourself. You're not gonna only face palm, you are gonna shoot yourself. This is like one of those head to keyboard moments if that happens. I'm wondering if that ever happened actually, because it's pretty difficult to pull it off with a range of 97. Army supply, just to give you a bit of an update there, 150 against 130. Whoa, yeah, there we go. Abducts being used and storms like, holy storm Batman. It is, yeah, I know that it's currently the wet season in Korea, but those storms are a little bit insane. I mean, it's raining here a lot right now, and this is just going to continue over the last 2 weeks, but still, the Korean player makes it not only rain, but he makes it hail. Those storms, they hurt, and they hurt a lot. But in resources lost, still the better game for Starbuck so far. Warp in the main base. This time the Warp Prism actually got through. Is not going to enjoy the moment for long, since the Corruptor is already on the mission. But we have now more units. Well, he needs to commit some units to the main base defense, so he's not only going to lose the spawning pool, but a lot more than that. And here come the Hydras. Hydras are baited into the spine dwellers. And those zealots are not the smartest. But one zealot is still back there. And please abduct him. Please do it just for me. No? No? Okay. Okay, that's fine. So, DT's moving in for now. DT, how many Creep Tumors did he kill? Seriously, I really want to know, because Starbuck is replacing them over and over and over again. Maybe not now, but we have now +3 armor started. That's the third attack armor upgrade, right? Yes. +3 armor, another round of warp in over here. And those zealots like there. Yeah, the AI, isn't that beautiful? All of those zealots just not doing anything, and just pressing through, and one is attacking, and that's it. That Archon is finally helping out a little bit. The zealots at least are gone. The rest of the army over here with all those spores that we see. Oh, it's another Void Ray. Void Ray? Where? Exactly. So, Void Ray taken out. That probe with a pylon at that gold base that we see. And, well, let's see. We have the rest of the locusts starting to move in here all the way to the bottom. We have those bases. We actually have a lot of those bases for Sun about to be mined out, and both of them with a really big bang. We see still damage done against the zealots here. Those zealots, they don't get smarter, do they? They don't learn. They really don't learn. The zealots are a little bit like lemmings. Did you ever play Lemmings? The older players amongst you, they remember Lemmings. Great game. Yeah, units lost, as you can see here. Resources lost in favor of the Zerg player. The overall army supply, 150 against 124. And in terms of the unit composition, 23 swarm hosts Nice, they actually dropped cannons there. And we also have a few corruptors. Cannons and corruptors. Well, San with mining to the bottom right, still with mining at the bottom of the map. And 35 minutes in, we still have no idea who's going to win this game. So San has a very sick composition here. But of course, we have also a very cost-efficient composition for Starbuck. Did you know that Swarm hosts are German? You probably knew, right? Swarm hosts are German, in case you didn't know. You learned something today. Like, you might play another game against Swarm hosts and you might lose it, but you will not be able to unknown that Swarm hosts are German. It makes sense. Think about this. They are so cost efficient, they have to be German. Like, what other choice is there? They're running in with a Locust and they're just throwing shit away they don't care about. That is, yeah, definitely German. So, Locusts are moving in. Oh, bye-bye Archon. And does he get another one? Not just yet. I like how this one Spore Crawler is being revealed. Revelation being cast upon it, and it's the only one. All the other Spore Crawlers, they don't like him because they're like, oh, you're such a loser. You're the only one who didn't dodge the Revelation. He's like, I couldn't do anything. I mean, dude, I'm stationary. And like, you can run away. Not fast enough. So, yeah, all the other Spore Crawlers hate him. He's the one that was singled out there. And they're going to bully him to death. But for now, we have the Protoss player starting to... Look at that, 58 kills on one Colossus, 75 on another one. We're not on Sparta, like, standards just yet. This is not 300, but still quite a lot of kills. And talking about stuff that is being killed, established, and eliminated, we have not only the rest of the Locusts moving in right now, trying to chase down a few of the High Templars. We have actually Spines and Spores moving over to the hatch that he's finally wants to take at that gold base. So Starbuck and San trying to just get... It's a bit of a race to get the most money. It's not only about winning any longer. This is like 10,000 minerals already for San and nearly 5,000 gas. Well, he actually has 4,000. And Starbuck is trying to close that gap. So this is a little bit like Monopoly for them now. They are taking base after base and money after money, and once in the end the player with more money is going to win. Well, there's an Archon with 23 kills, by the way. And double Oracle. Whoa, look at that for the Revelation. We also have a few units down here. Hydralisks claiming the high ground to do the damage there. A Queen goes down, and the Protoss player positioning himself up against the gold base, trying to eliminate that. He needs to kind of get that mothership. At this point, it's really important that the mothership has been taken out. Revelation being used here, and the High Templars, they just wait for an opportunity to storm. It's storm season, and well, Void Ray is moving in, and detection granted. That base is not going to make it. Where's that abduct? Do you even abduct, bro? And apparently he does not. Yes, he does now. Gets one of those Colossus. Oh, whoa, that Colossus had it coming, didn't it? I mean, that was a one-shot if I've ever seen one. And gets a Tempest there, gets one. How does he get the detection, by the way? Does he have the Overseers in there? Yes, he does have them. Overseers are in that mix. That's, by the way, a huge clumped-up army, and he needs to wait for a bit more hit point regeneration, I guess. But yeah, resources lost so far. 28,000 against 20,000, but this phase just doesn't happen. This phase just doesn't happen. What happens is that this Hydra has 9 kills, it's gonna go for 10, but we have the Dark Templar killing it finally. This is not really fair. Like, is that a fair fight? Like, I hate it when people team up against someone else, like the bullies at school. At the same time, then you think about an invisible unit beating up someone that you can't see. Like, how is that even working? Like, that just seems unfair to me. San with 200 supply against Starbucks 200. Well, about to be 200. Oh, whoa! That's the revenge of the dead Hydralist. Double Hydra and also a few infestors moving in, and well, this base is not gonna mine for much longer. He's gonna start to take down the shields here as well, whereas this position over there is exposed. That mothership core needs to get back into position. Like, dude, yeah, there we go. Finally, thank you very much, because those Colossi, 130 kills on one of them. 130 kills. Boys, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting to the 300 Colossus. The Sparta Colossus is gonna move in at some point. Oh, army supply once more with a quick look. 150 against 159. San sacrificing a few of his probes. Not really sacrificing them, but Starbuck taking them out. So, well, I think Starbuck actually named himself Starbucks because when he was playing Swarm Host, he has so much time that he went to Starbucks, ordered a coffee, came back, and still won the game. That's probably how he came to his nickname, at least in my world. That makes perfect sense. Ho ho ho! Those abducts straight into the Spore Crawlers and all of those Corruptors. That certainly hit the spot. Well done there. So San dropping in supply once again. But whoa! San is building a base at his opponent's gold. Yeah, Starbuck, you're playing a great game here, but that's something that you should not allow, because that's getting a bit ridiculous there. And yeah, the swarm hosts are, you know, locusts are making their way over. And like, what the hell, dude? Like, manner up, please. And yeah, there's of course going to be no cancel, but the second wave should actually take that out. So, swarm hosts everywhere, hosting it up still. In terms of army composition, we have 26 swarm hosts now, 21 corruptors. Bye-bye Nexus. This one is not going to make it, and those two cannons in the middle of the map are also not going to have a good day. Well, the cannon is actually surviving for now, but the next wave is definitely going to take it out. We have a lot of those, spore crawlers taken out, but still 17 spore crawlers, 17 spine crawlers, and well, here come those locusts again. And those High Templars, they just run, and for a good reason. Another hit against the Corruptors. That revelation that San is casting is, by the way, absolutely amazing. He gets the vision because of it, and that's exactly what he needs. Another War Prism taken out. Good job by Starbuck here. Revelation, just having the vision of those units is so important. And now 2 more Tempests being taken out. I'm not gonna lie to you boys, like if this game lasts very much longer, then I think in the end we're gonna have a sure winner. This is gonna be a game that Starbuck is going to win, if San doesn't do anything about it. Like starving the Zerg player, good luck with that. That's 11,000 minerals and 4,000 gas that we see here. And the mineral patches for Starbuck are nearly completed. There's not a lot left. That gold base might be the base that he really has to take there. So if that game lasts, if this condemn, like, okay, let's just put it like this. San has to change something here. Because if the game continues like it does right now, then he is gonna lose. San is gonna lose if that game is not gonna, if he doesn't change his MO. He cannot win this game if he does not get a big win at some point. Like Starbuck is playing a very, let's be honest about it. He's playing a very passive style. He's playing a very frustrating style. He's playing one of those annoying styles that just make the Protoss player go crazy, but it works. And he's playing it because it has to work. This is the match that counts. MouseSports has to win it here, and they know that. They know that they have to win this match if they want to go to the playoffs. And they have a very good chance at making that happen if they are able to take down San. But San is now looking at an overall army supply of 172. He's down to 25 harvesters. And why? Because he doesn't need them anymore. He still doesn't have a lot of mining. And with all those mineral patches left, he's just going for it. We are talking about 27 Tempests. 27 Tempests. Yep. That's exactly right. 18 lava, by the way. That's the only lava that he has, and I don't like it. If you have 11,000, 12,000 minerals, and 4,000 gas, then you need more lava than that. He might lose that game just because he doesn't have enough lava. If San moves in at some point and takes down somehow the army, and Starbuck can't remax immediately, he's gonna lose that match. He's not injecting. There are no queens in the main base. There's no queen at the natural, no queen at the third, no queen down here. He is not injecting. And that might become a problem. It might not come into play at all, but if San at some point just YOLOs his army in and says like, alright, I don't care any longer, and then remaxes those 18 lava, they're not going to do shit. What are you going to build with this? 18 corruptors? That's not going to work out at all. So, yeah, there we go again. Spore Crawler defense, taking down unit after unit, abducting them in once more. Well done, but San is now starting to move in for it. And, well, Starbuck, you need lava, and you need it fast. You cannot lose units like this. He's building 18 corruptors now, as already mentioned, but now he has no lava available. And, well, the army here, San is being a nice fungal. Also, of course, revealing what's going on there. Another fungal hits. But, well, we do see for Starbuck now suddenly that bank also depleted slowly but steadily as well. He's getting those 22 additional corruptors and waiting for them. But San is starting to make his way in here. Those locusts are still moving in, just trying to do damage against any unit that he can see. But, of course, with the mothership core, that's going to get a bit trickier. So, well, let's see what exactly is going to pull over that. We have all the top there, once again, the Nexus being built here. We have the rest of the army moving in. Here comes the Overseer. Here go the Corruptors, trying to take down a few more of those units there, taking down the Tempest. But the Corruptor numbers are now down to 21. He needs to move back once more. He doesn't have Vipers any longer. He wants Vipers as well, building 5 Queens now, and for a very good reason. He needs to get rid of that bank, needs to make sure that this space is never gonna happen, because this is another one of those bases that will make it impossible for him to starve out San, and that's the end game here. Let's see if he can actually pull that off. Well, for now we have 5 additional Tempests being built. Resources lost 34,000 against 43,000. So really, really well done here by Starbuck so far. But San is still alive. He is still alive and kicking, and he is just establishing himself another gold base.
getting this position here on the map. Gas is also getting very low for San, and here comes Starbuck once again. No Vipers. No Vipers, no Abducts. He cannot go for Abducts right now. He needs Vipers if he wants to pull it off. He's starting to go for the Fungal, and he's starting to take down his opponent's units, but the Storm is strong. Storm once again hitting everything here. 5 Vipers are now being built, and he is still low on Lava. He has only 8. He has the Queens now. Queen defense is going to be good for him as well with the Transfuse, but he needs those injects, and I guess by now we'll probably see a few of those. Queens are there. No injects cast just yet. Army moving in once more. 18 Corruptors against 26. Here's the army. We have the probes moving in. That base is ready. And that is a problem for Starbuck. He needs to send those units in. He has those swarm hosts now in position, and he's starting to do that. But he's also running low in spore cores. He has only 9 left, 6,300 resources. That mothership core is gone, and with the mothership core gone, suddenly at least the ground army is exposed, and the Colossi, they are running away. They know what's coming, and they don't like it. One of those Colossi, 219 kills on one of the Colossi. It's the Sparta Colossus. He might come back, but not if he's killed by the Locust. And they stream in from 2 angles now. They can get that hit. And are they getting it? 1 taken out, 2 taken out. He's getting them. He's getting those Colossi, one after another. And now the Swarm hosts, or at least the Locusts, are making their way into that natural. Trying to make sure that there's no mining for San again. And San is running low in resources. 2,000 minerals, 100 gas, that's all that he has. The Locusts on the way. Storms, are we seeing those? No, the High Templar is taken out, and he goes straight for that base. He's starting to claim the Nexus, and he takes it. He takes the Nexus down. San doesn't have mining anymore. San is currently down to 0 mining. Yeah, Starbuck is down to 0 mining, actually, not San. But Starbuck still has 6,000 resources against 2,000. San has kind of no mining either, but we still have the Swarm hosts there. So in the end, it comes down to the air battle. 30 Tempests. 30 Tempests. That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. Wow. So right now we have Locust stream once more up against the ground army. We do not see another mothership. Well, there's the mothership. It's gonna be built just now. But what about the Corruptors? We have 18, and it's getting 7 more. And the San army supply. His army supply is again 173 against 160. Nice, the Adducts. That's what he needs, and he gets them. Their Queens are starting to transfuse the shit out of those Swarm hosts. There's the survivability that you need. The rest of the Locusts moving in, blocking the Queens. And Queen count is now at 9. 8 additional Corruptors on the way. San is starting to be in trouble here. He is in quite some trouble already, and I think he knows it. But we also have Starbuck with no gas. Starbuck has no gas. He's still mining. He's still mining gas, but let's see how that's going to work out. San could definitely win this game. I mean, there's no doubt about that. There's still gas mining down here at the bottom. We have those extractors already depleted. He needs control of that gold base. If he gets the player who gets control of the gold base is going to win this game if it comes to that. Mothership core taken out, and one more Tempest falling, another one falling. Abducts everywhere into the Spore Crawlers. He's getting 1, he's getting 2, he's getting 3. There's another Abduct. All of those Vipers doing their job. He has to save them. He saves 1. How many does he have now? He has 2 Vipers left, and we have 19 Tempests. 2 Vipers, 19 Tempests. And Starbuck, he doesn't have the resources any longer. Starbuck is out of resources, and San is 105 supply against 146. He also is low in resources as well. This is getting absolutely crazy here. This is getting really, really close. I know that it's not the big fight that a lot of people are hoping for, but at the same time, from a tactical point of view, it's crazy. Because now we have only 22 Corruptors left. We have 2 Vipers. If he snipes those somehow with a feedback, then he can't rebuild them because he doesn't have the feedback. We have now more and more Queens being built. He wants to have just units that rely on energy. That's going to be important. Units that rely on energy. Swarm hosts! Yeah, what are they doing? Yeah, giving your opponent a few units is definitely a bad idea. Sacrificing the Viper, like, what are you thinking, Starbuck? He loses a lot of those Corruptors and of those units now. It's just trying to go for it. Apparently, there's no Abducts anymore. He snipes 1, he snipes 2. He needs to go for corruption if he really wants to fight the lane. The GG by San. San loses too much. Starbuck moves in finally. Loses Vipers, loses Swarm hosts, takes some damage. And then the Queens with the transfuses and the hits against those Tempests takes down San. MouseSports with a 3-1 in this series already against the FlashWolves. San is taken out. San took only 1 kill.
a single kill, and Starbuck pulls it off. Great game by Starbuck, very strategical. Sun is down, and it's time for the last player in the regular rotation for the FlashWolves. It's time for Enoch.